Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you, and we're going to get right into it. It is May 25th, 2019. The 25 is all about the 7, the Y in the road. It's the 5 of freedom on the inside, the 2 of the feminine on the outside, being a very good mediator, and it's also the Knight of Wands. It's a very passionate movement today. The day adds up to 42-6. 42 is the 2 of Cups. We have the 2 of Cups of the 6 of love, family, and community, the 2 of the feminine on the inside, the 4 of stability on the outside, and the 2 of Cups coming together with the King or the Knight of Wands. So passionate movement together, one-on-one. Also can be running around doing errands, but just, maybe with another person, coming together, hanging out. But definitely some passionate energy there. The Divine Masculine read was done at 9:16 to 17 today, and the major arcana were reflection, which is the Hermit, and abundance, which is usually the Empress. So the two signs that were of major significance here are Virgo and Taurus. So very earthy today. The numbers and the codes that were all around the message today, there were no numerology cards on the code line, but there definitely were numbers and a big message here as well. The numbers 710, 33, and 333 both came up. The number 6 twice, so there was 33, 66, 77, 755, 35 of the Wounded Warrior, 36, 67, 78, and 10, 36 and 67. So a lot of pentacles were coming up here, plus the Wounded Warrior and the 36, which is the 10 of Wands. So it's ending the Wands, but there was a lot of pentacles here other than that. The 6-6 is the Queen of Pentacles. The 7-7 is the 9 of Pentacles. The 78 is the 10 of Pentacles. The 67 is the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so we have some really positive pentacles there, okay? The message was all about love today, and it was the student of the Divine Feminine within the Divine Masculine, that destined high vibration, that pi, the integration of the masculine and feminine within, the 33, or the Christ vibration, or that 7 of Wands, the person who's standing up for themselves. But the 33 is definitely coming up as the Christ consciousness, and also the Sophia 9, or the feminine collective consciousness, which is the crown of Christ. She's like the crown of thorns, the one who hovered above his head to help him in the 5D. And regarding the King of Cups, and 6, which can be just love and unconditional love, or 6 is also S9, which is the Sophia, the feminine collective consciousness. So regarding mastering of unconditional love by the feminine collective consciousness. And remember that you're always guiding the masculine in the 5D, so it's always the feminine within the masculine, being the students of high vibration and integration, which is the pi of the centeredness of the masculine and feminine, right? Not getting too much to one side or another, but keeping them centered, but also staying in that high vibration of the Christ consciousness, the Sophia feminine collective consciousness regarding unconditional love, okay? Also, the code CR came up, which these different things I came up with online from the dictionaries or acronyms, that kind of thing. But Craigslist was the first thing I saw for CR, as well as chromium, which is the atomic number 24, which is the Queen of Wands. I was also getting boundaries today, boundaries, and that definitely came up because the moat around the castle came up as well. Don't fence me in was yesterday. Cathode ray was another CR. Conditional reflex, conditional response, and you notice they're both conditional, and we're talking about unconditional love. But more important, Costa Rica came up. That was significant to me, but Costa Rica came up. It was the last place my father visited to do his work before he passed away. well, his last major project. I mean, that was a long time before he had passed, but it was the last project he did, okay, that was significant to me. CR is also counselor, consciousness raising, as well as community of resurrection, which I like that, and the critical ratio, masculine to feminine, right? As well as higher self to lower self. Also creditors, and crown were also credited to CR. And at 5:30,
five couldn't handle the change. So there's definitely that energy coming up here. The student of discernment, being able to see between the high vibration and the low vibration. Of the chariot, so you notice riot is in chariot, and so is char, which was there left after it's been burned. So the student of discernment, of chariot, the high vibration integration of Pi, spiritual warriors of Christos Sophia, regarding, and I read it as Ra, so that could be, but regarding the King of Cups and the number 6, the feminine collective consciousness. And I was getting like the Christ 8 and the Sophia 9, so that was very interesting. As the difference being that the 9 is an open link as opposed to the 8. It's that connection, that open connection, whereas the masculine's coming up as 8 is a closed connection, the feminine's coming up as open and spirit's connecting with me. I was also getting, as I wrote, like a symbol of S and then C for Christos Sophia, it looks like that link where you do loops, like teardrop loops, you know? It's like that perfect link fit, like that. Okay, so that came up as interlocking, perfect alignment, fits. Okay, it just fits. Your piece of the pie and spirit's connecting with me. And then I was getting cheesecake at 9:44, which is the hermit and grounding and integrating, mastering. That with cheesecake, I got the cheese stands alone and having your cake and eating it too. And then I got let them eat cake. So it's like the Empress presenting to all of the people who can't afford it. She's giving her abundance to them. Let them all eat cake. I don't want to stand alone. I want to be connected. So it's about the feminine coming out with her abundance and sharing with others. So then the number, as I started the read, the number 27 comes up, but also the date, July 2nd, which was significant because that's the day I met my twin. But it was also significant in the steps because this came up as underlying energy again, the 7 of cups, the 7 of chalices, with the seeker of crystals beneath it, like this. All right, so it's like the student of the stairway to heaven, you see? And this for me is also the synchronicities. It's also can be a 7-step, 12-step, whatever program. But you get the idea. But the numbers 27 and 7-2 came up with those cards. Again, the steps of 2 to 3, and then there's a skip, and then 4.5 to 6 and 7. 7, you notice, is the end of the Page of Pentacles student, and then Moody Blues came up, and the moon and moodiness of Knights in White Satin, never reaching the end. Letters are written. Letters I've written, never meaning to send. Beauty I'd always missed with these eyes before. Just what the truth is, I can't say anymore. And Spirit's connecting very strongly. Because I love you. Yes, I love you. And I was getting connection as I wrote this too. Oh, how I love you, right? So that was definitely coming up very strong. Okay? So getting from the number 4.5 to 6 and then 7, never reaching the end. Letters I've written never mean to send. Okay? Dumping attachments as the Queen of Cups reversed, steps 4 and 5, as the journeyman steps onto his path to offer love as the Knight of Cups. He will turn that Queen of Cups right side up, attach, and become then the King of Cups, allowing himself to be the humble student. Steps 2 to 3 feel like they will never end. 4 to 4.5, you feel detached, like a lot of the feminines may feel right now, that third baton. So ready for the home stretch, the fourth baton, 4.5 to 6 and then 7. In order to reach the end, you must go from human love to spiritual love, higher love, and combine them. And then I was getting Columbine, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But you need to combine them to be heaven on earth, which then we come up with. I kept getting on the sidebar, I was writing down numbers as I was writing those first few lines. So reading between the lines, we got all double digits in the coding today. We got 33 and 44 in the time that the change stands alone. We got 55, 66, and 77, but we're missing 22, 88, and 99. 22 is the Fool, 88 is Lionsgate. It's also both of you being centered and integrated next to each other, and 99, which is the end, right? That's also the moon of the 18. But I constantly get over and over again 3.5 out of 7, which is half, I know, but it's not about that. It's the significance of 3.5 out of 7 and then 4.5 out of 7, which is a half to a little more than a half, right? But then I was getting 2/3 specifically with the steps 2 to 3. And 2/3, we all know, is 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Forever, infinity, unless you want to end it, which it then becomes 7. 6, 6, 7 is the Queen of Pentacles, 6, 6. And it's just 12, 12. 12, 12. So 6, 6, and 6, 6 is 12, 12. And that's the Hangman, wisdom. Seeing another perspective, which is what I'm showing you, different perspectives of the same thing, of a number even. So the Queen of Pentacles of 6, 6, in order to end that infinity run of 6's infinity, it ends by 6, 7, okay, which is the Knight of Pentacles, okay, because he is the humble servant of God. And 6 is the 3D love, and 7 is the higher love. So as I finished writing this, you're perpetually approaching 6, 7, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6 forever until you get to 6, 7 to 7, never reaching the end. So that was all about the Moody Blues, okay? So as Columbine came up, because, and as I look up Columbine, which I got for no reason other than I wrote down combine and I got Columbine. Columbine was in Littleton, Colorado, and Dylan and Eric were the students who shot the others. That was April 20th, 1999. So here we have our 99 added to our double digits. The end. May 20th, so that was April 20th, and now a month later, or 30 days later, the Union card, we have 5/20/2019, so just last week, Austin Eubanks was one of the students who was injured, who watched his best friend die next to him. He passed away last week at age 37. And 37 comes up for something else today as well, all about the King of Cups and unconditional love. So before he had passed away, Austin had traveled the country to share his story of fighting addiction after Columbine, and then he died at 37, Saturday, May 18th, actually 2019. So he passed away on the 18th, May 20th was the story. So here we have the 18 of the moon again, the 9 and 9 is 18. The humble servant of God, the collective consciousness. Coming together at work, so we're paying tribute to him because he took a bad experience and turned it into helping others, okay? And he still passed away at a very young age. They didn't say that there was any weird things involved with his passing, but it was a very young age. Coming together at work, the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, satisfied to be on his own. So these could be just co-workers that the masculine works with, but I gotta tell you now, all 4 queens in this read, all reversed. So the men may not want to hang out with the women today, just saying. All the men were upright except for the King of Swords. He was reversed, but the other kings were upright, and I'll get into the pages and wands a little later in the read. But coming together at work, oh, by the way, the Emperor and Empress were also both reversed. So if the Emperor is reversed and the only king that was reversed was the King of Swords, the Emperor is probably the King of Swords in this read. But coming together at work, the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, the masculine coming together with them, satisfied to be on his own, growing roots up, or just growing up, or growing energy to the etheric realm, and holding on to a dark past though. His wish for his kids perhaps to work with him, to release burden in choosing his dark past. So in making up for his poor choice, maybe in staying with the karmic, maybe people will see him as making the right choice if they see the legacy he wanted for his kids to come into business with him, or perhaps, or whatever, do what he does. There's some of that energy coming up for sure. As I turn the page, it's 1017, and 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, the Destiny card, good fortune, and then 17 is the Stars, so 2 very powerful numbers together. You notice they're 1s and 7s. And the underlying energy signs were only 4, okay? Taurus reversed, Pisces upright, Virgo reversed, and Libra upright. That was it in the underlying energy. And this is all underlying energy as we go down this page. At work, co-creating for the Divine Masculine, a Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Wands, a wish and a burden, both at the same time. Leaving behind 8, perhaps, to grab only 1, but leaving a second option open in case he decides to let go of the position of the 3rd runner, and let go of the baton to allow finish of the race. 4th leg only, just started, if the 3rd runner has not let go, and may take down the 4th runner if he waits too long. 99 bottles of beer on the wall, and here again when we have 99 again, perfectly aligned with dark X or dark past, slave labor, and pick up sticks in yard, sidestepping a portal, the child clinging to the side of the swimming pool or the side of the crib, afraid to let go and sink to the bottom. Trading in a suit and a tie for that bench at the Louvre, gaining weight and wearing sandals, the wizard behind the curtain waiting to come out and be his authentic self. I was also getting some dates here of September and October. Some 2s come together. An offer, possibly May to June, with steps 2 and 3 in July, detached part of July and then August, and then coming in the second half of August to September and October, Divine Masculine working on bringing 3 down to 2. Okay? So the Magician was reversed and the King of Swords reversed, and we just said that the King of Swords reversed is probably the Emperor reversed as well. Okay? So it definitely could be the Divine Masculine, not in his truth, feeling insecure, but going through ego death, because the Emperor, when he's reversed, is out of control, which is good, because that means we're letting go of ego. Because when you're out of control, it's because you can't control things, and you have to let go. So he may be feeling insecure, and he may be feeling manipulative as well when he's not in his truth. His truth hidden in his twin, who holds their tongue, or he's holding his tongue, or holding back announcements, or a history of verbal abuse. Crowning moment is the day he met twin, and been holding his tongue ever since. Also possibly holding his tongue is his crowning achievement, is not having abused his children if he's experienced abuse himself. Truth of the Jesus and Mary Magdalene template, the untold story, Buttercup Yellow of the south of France, and then coming together etherically and raising their child together. Spirit's connecting with me. Okay, that's Mary Magdalene confirming that, okay? So finances and career came up for the masculine, and below that was romantic feelings. So of course finances and career are affecting his love life or your love life. Remember we're talking about the divine masculine, it can be the divine masculine within the feminine as well. Making peace in making love and a surprise visit, possibly to the high priestess or to a secret with keys for blowing bubbles. The Queen of Pentacles alone, and wounded warrior tells his story. And will she have him? So this Queen of Pentacles can be a karmic and or a divine feminine or somebody else in his life. But sitting on a log or logs, it can be multiple people here as well. The Queen of Pentacles doesn't have to be the same person who's sitting on his lap. But I was getting sitting on a log or logs, layered in a pile, vertical and perpendicular, with right hand on sacral feminine, okay, sitting in his lap to dance. While man with goat hid his flame, messages written, he decided divine masculine should not receive. Temptation too much, divine masculine begging for mercy from Queen of Pentacles and grace from another, keys from still another, or are they all one person? Intuitive wounded warrior, Queen of Pentacles, or karmic with not quite black cat pretending to be the divine feminine, but being abusive and playing games with the divine masculine, teasing and then pushing away, the same template that the masculine did to the feminine in teasing and then pushing away, the push and pull. Okay, now he may be experiencing the same from whatever partner he's with. So I turned the page, it was 1048 and then 1049. At 48 is the 8 of Cups, and the 49 is the 9 of Cups. So it's walking away and or within. It's also then the 49 of getting your wish, being satisfied or unsatisfied depending on your perspective. Relationship change came up as really important, and that's number 56 of the 2 of Swords, which is being in your knowing in the Sirian Starseed deck. But also below that was synchronicities, which comes up as 87. Which is the reflection of 78, which is the end of the tarot deck. And the 78 is that 10 of Pentacles, that ideal family, what everyone hopes to achieve in their pursuit of happiness. As I was getting connection at the 49 around my shoulders, drinking at the chalet, perhaps, or a new wood oven kitchen with bar and logs, or a log cabin with buddies, or making a toast, getting wish of 4 dreams perhaps. Fire, energy, bubbles, and sparkles. However, they are not the Holy Grail. Trying to find a way out of the box, jack-in-the-box, escape room, trapped in a marriage or contract or religion that no longer serves him. Hanging out and overindulging and or gossip or third parties interfering, including a religious leader or the actual religion falling, and he's looking for a way out before it crashes. Non-traditional, third party closing in, feet caught up in chains, spokes, gears, shifting, in a scramble to dissociate from partiers, religious and political affiliations who overindulge, speak badly of others, self-serving and immature feminines, and the patriarchy falling. Caught up in the false light, not being his authentic self, they all fall down. 16 cups instead of 16 candles was coming up here as the tower of emotions. It can be in a positive way though. 16 cups, the tower, all to be taken down by 3 or the Empress, or 3 just dark members of the family. 16 minus 3 equals 13. Again, the end. Okay? Never reaching the end. Heaven in their eyes, but not in their hearts. Disconnecting from abusive leaders and exes to take steps to straighten out finances, let go of old wounds, and change relationship, especially with self for the masculine, following your own GPS system. So recently, for the masculine, is the 6 of Crystals or 6 of Pentacles. Prisoner of inequity, of marriage, partnership, or a group. Choosing path at the Y in the road. And remember, the Y is the masculine chromosome, the ones who need to be decisive and make those decisions. choosing path at the Y in the road, grieving the Queen of Swords reversed, negative words or silent treatment, prisoner softening. I was just getting suffragist city. Prisoner suffering in silence, holding on to X while choosing a path, holding back the truth of the twins. The foundation here is the Ten of Chalices, or the Ten of Cups. That is the family unit, the emotional family unit, coming together at work in uncomfortable emotions. So I'm getting a situation here where people have to work together, but they're not happy about it, but they're not running away this time, so there may be something good about that in breaking patterns. The number 110 also came up here, as well as, again, the integration of masculine and feminine, as well as the half-moon cycle. Destined quest to end the family cycle and or make family happy, even if the masculine is unhappy. Centrally is reflection. The Hermit, the Virgo. Reflection, up nights in heartbreak or separation, or some may have GERD, so be having reflux. Standing in their truth, laughing in the face of instability, of moving homes, or a cancellation of a party or a wedding. Hermit with light, taking down a marriage before it gets started. That was definitely coming up here. I turned the page, it's now 11:15, and 15 we know is the shadow or the devil energy, just codependencies and addictions, your darker side, whatever it is. The signs that were in the body of the read here, all presented, Capricorn wasn't presented in any major way, but it was in positive energy, upright, in a minor way. The rest of them were Taurus reversed, Virgo upright, Aquarius upright, Pisces upright and reversed, Aries reversed, Leo upright, Gemini upright, Sagittarius upright, Cancer upright, Scorpio reversed, and Libra upright and reversed. The King of Cups was not present in the read, but just to give you an idea of the energy, it was all about unconditional love today. When I look back into the deck, the King of Cups was upright, and the Queen of Wands was reversed, okay? But all the queens were reversed today. But we're at 11:15, so now we're at Justice and the Devil. Taurus may have offered, or may be offering now, some money or a new life by exposing third-party interest. Or a parent may have offered a child money not to get married. Virgo, Taurus, Libra, family and business involved. Leo, Gemini, Aries, Aquarius, Pisces as well. Challenged by the King of Cups. All right, so the King of Cups is the challenge here. Master of Chalices. Blue eyes, right? He's all blue, moody blues of the King of Cups. And this can be someone else. It doesn't have to be the masculine or unconditional love. It could be somebody else. But the challenge being the King of Cups, which also comes up as the King of Pentacles, Aquarius and or Pisces reversed. Aquarius was upright. Offer of love from Magician, Queen of Swords, which could be the Divine Feminine, to enemy or self or masculine. Brain Wars, Sagittarius. So the masculine was coming up as Sagittarius, the feminine as the Magician, which could be a couple different things. It could be Gemini, Virgo, but also for me can be Aries as well. So the Queen of Swords is offering love to her enemy or herself or her twin, right? Whose back is turned to her, but offering it to the one with the back turned to them is also coming up as the angel and their world upside down. And that Five of Swords guy is laughing in the face of ignorance. Possibly an Aquarian he feels is ignorant. And fools he may see as the King of Pentacles, who follow their hearts, and the sun, with the sun at their backs, ready to leap. And he may think this ignorant Aquarian is ignorant because they think there are second chances in love or life or whatever, or willing to take second place or second prize. That they're fools, with the sun at their back, ready to leap and be inspired and young again. So this Divine Master may think they're foolish. Imbalanced marriage, taking steps and following synchronicities. The yellow brick road. And then I was getting, she's a brick house, right? So that was coming up as well. He's following the yellow brick road to emotional fulfillment as or with Hermit, and or which is also can be a Virgo, challenged by the King of Cups or unconditional love, or the chain gang. I was getting the chain gang reaction heard around the world. Clank, 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 right? Offering love, so someone's bike or car might have some issues. Offering love to thine enemy, even if they ignore you, who laughs at your knowing and freedom and inspiration until he sees the offers coming in to her. Okay, so now crowning is abundance, or the Empress. Empress open heart, exposing karmic lovers, or Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Aquarius, karmic and or mother, whose masculine tendencies and sexually frustrated or creatively blocked, or Sagittarius, Aquarius, frustrated in a marriage with the King of Wands, Knight of Wands, busy avoiding her doing other things, keeping busy to get over loss of family legacy, family, extended family or family money in a divorce, or break from partner or group. And then I was getting Fall of the Titans, as it's 31-13. Again, death, endings. 31 is the, and that's where my picture froze as well. 31 is the Five of Wands. That expansion, but it can be conflict, it can be competition, fighting. But it also can be expansion and good competition, okay? So the Fall of the Titans came up, and the painting of the Titanomachy by Dutch painter Cornelius van Haarlem, 1588 to 1590, and it's spelled like Harlem, so with two A's. So here we're bringing in Harlem to the information as well. So the information that I'm going to tell you now about the Fall of the Titans came from en.m.wikipedia and en.wikipedia, both .orgs. And then Titans actually comes from Beeks, B-E-E-K-E-S, or which means day, or Tino, or which means to stretch, or Titano, or T-S-I-S, which I was also getting as T-Isis, but that means retribution or vengeance. So the painter that was done in Harlem, 1588 to 1590 in Statens or Statens Museum in Copenhagen, Denmark. And then there was just another random heading that came up, Oath of the Gate Watch, and that was dated January 22nd, 2016. So that date may be specific message for some of you. So if you've journaled, you might want to go back and read your journal for that day, January 22nd, 2016. Oath of the Gate Watch, okay, and having to do with the Fall of the Titans. 10-year war between the Titans, the ancient Greeks, and the Olympic gods, who won. The Titans were the older ones, and the Olympians were the younger ones. They ended up winning. The Titans include the first 12 children of Gaia, mother, and Uranus, father sky. They were their children in the Golden Age. Also comprised first pantheon of Greek deities. The Olympians were the younger ones: Zeus, Hades, Poseidon, Hestia, Hera, Demeter, Hermes, Athens, Artemis, Ares, Apollo, Aphrodite, and there's a couple that change. Like it depends on who you ask which 12 they are, because the 12 statues at the Parthenon or whichever one it is, may be different than the way the 12 are listed. Like Hestia was said to give up their position to Dionysus, and maybe Hades was given up to Hephaestus. Hephaestus, I guess I wrote. Sorry if I mess up the pronunciation of their names. But The Titans were Oceanus, Coius, Crius, Couperion, Lepetus, Thea, Rhea, Themis, Mnemosyne, Phoebe, Tethys, and Cronus. And Atlas was actually a child of Lapetus. Did I say Lapetus? Yeah, yep, I did. Sorry, I probably screwed up all their names, but you get the idea. So they were 12 and 12. So, and we just got 12, 12 that came up earlier. As I said, 6 and 6. So that's significant. All right, so we have this, this 10-year war, and then 10 came up again when I was looking up those titles. When I was looking into some of the others, 10 definitely came up again. And as we turn the page, it was 1201. Again, 12, and 12 is the wise man, the hangman, but the one of the magician. All right, so manifesting wisdom now. And then Mount Olympus came up, home to Zeus, but it's the home of the gods, right? And then the longitude and latitude came up as significant numbers. The latitude was 40.088413, and then the longitude was 22 of the Fool. 40 is the Page of Cups, and 22 is the Fool. 22.35, which is the Wounded Warrior, 8 of Strength, and then 555. The first ascent, if you were curious, was August 2nd, 1913. Again, the end. And the masculine, the sun, and the 13 of death. And then we have 8 of strength, and then 2 of the high priestess and the feminine. And of course 8 is always just that 0-point balance, infinity. So the King of Wands is over loss and moving on. The Empress Karmic, or Mother, or both here, as Sagittarius, Leo, Aquarius, Gemini, with love child perhaps, or just inspired Fool, offered payoff to leave family or leave marriage, possibly a war of generations, or 10 years. Karmic presently leaving peacefully, or kids going back and forth between them peacefully. Leo may have been kicked out due to a young lover, possibly a Leo, Gemini, Aries child, or child is not his, or divine masculine Fool, someone considering him a fool, kicked out to go to new love angel. Or the King of Pentacles and Aquarius kicked out King of Cups, Pisces. Or the King of Pentacles kicked out for living in another world of unconditional love and shining his light. Okay, so that was the King of Pentacles. The divine masculine with karmic maybe still sharing a bed together along with the 5D feminine with negative self-talk, trying to ground and integrate this offer of love from God. Controlled love of knowing with angel, King of Pentacles, superhero, King of Cups, walking away and within to love, and Cancer, magician, Queen of Swords, split between the King of Pentacles, King of Cups, and the King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. So there may be two different energies here. Leaning toward the Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, here. And they can all be separate people too. The King of Pentacles and King of Cups can be separate people, and then the Knight of Cups could be a third person. So they're either, the feminine's either deciding between two different energies, or they're just three different energies they're dealing with. So it was King of Pentacles to King of Cups, or King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, two different people. Soon for the masculine is the Six of Flames, getting attention, recovering from an injury perhaps, out of control, Emperor reversed. And then as I wrote that down, it was 12:17 to 18, and my neighbor was yelling at somebody who was coming over to do work for them, but she was, there's some negative energy coming in as I wrote down the Emperor reversed. And 12:17, of course, is positive energy, but going into the 18 can become a little moody blues with the moon. And don't forget those wise perspectives here of the sun and the moon and the stars, leading the way out of ego, announcements to feminine and children, judgment or a call to action to a Leo or ego to share with the Queen of Swords love, all done in secret, like behind the scenes, so nobody can see. The Queen of Swords may be displaying low energy, using her high vibration in order to offer love, performing to lift up low vibration for prisoners, Those of anxiety getting spit on, or another perspective of that is receiving human emotion to transmute Leo and or ego and temper the beast by sharing with others. Love. Showing others how to raise their vibration. Offering love to those in need.
Okay, I found this on the web for...
offering love to those in need of help or assistance. A friend, an opportunity to learn, an invitation. To help others get back on their feet again. To lift the seal of divine feminines around the world. To shine their light and master manifestation abilities via freedom and an open heart. Faith and inspiration. That's the surrender. So the divine masculine is seeing himself as the Three of Flames, which is like the Three of Wands. Some people feel like it's waiting for their ship to come in, but for me now it's all about staying present to what's in your present environment and appreciating it. And in this card, they are present to one flame. 3 flames present to one, and there's one card in the Journey of Love that's called 3 to 1, which is the father, mother, and the child, and that energy, the third energy, happy on his own, standing beside his high priestess, or just with his own psychic abilities and intuition. Together, face to face, seeing eye to eye, wounded warrior rejected, may have lost money, power, and independence, or lost custody of children and not happy about it. And that was at 12:29. So again, 29 is the 3 of Wands, which we were just on. And the wisdom about it, seeing other perspectives to the situation to make peace. So we turn the page, and it was all about paying attention to the red flags, which is just about following your guidance and your signs and synchronicities, but your own inner GPS. You deserve love, masculines, and past life relationship. And then the final one was true love, that yes, this is a romance of a lifetime. Around the masculine, or how he is seen, is the Trinity card, which could be all about his work, his business, whether it's related to family or not. It is coming up as very important to him. It may be his only happiness, right? His true happiness. Maybe he loves his work. It just depends on the situation. It can also be many other things. It can be a school. It could be an art center. It could be a church, okay? But a place of co-creation where there's 3 crystals of the TR of a trill, the high vibration, in it at the Y in the road, co-creation. The worst over in the swords falling out. This is around the masculine, or how he is seen. Hermit and or a Virgo with 1 gold coin left at their feet. After Leo's done with him, so he might have been taken for a lot in a divorce or in a break from a partnership or group, or the hermit reaping rewards but no longer cares about how much they have, offering something to give Leo to calm the beast or shut them up at work. Virgo and Leo must work together, with money coming between them, or divine feminine is coming between them, or divine feminine making peace between them. Like they might act as a buffer, maybe a good thing. Making peace at work, settling at present, which may be a present or a gift. The wounded warrior karmic gets kids to make them happy after a long battle is finally over. Karmic now out of the picture. Divine masculine and divine feminine have work to do. 1 rejected and 1 has lost their independence. They may need to clear blocks of expressing feelings, and that can include a heated exchange, showing all sides of yourself, including anxiety issues. Inspired, the clingy part of you, the workaholic, the overindulger, but showing all parts of you and knowing that you can be unconditionally loved. And that's the 8 of Flames or 8 of Wands. The Hermit will shed light on it anyway. So if you don't show all sides of yourself, it's going to come out anyway. So you might as well bring it to the light and be free. To free your inner child and to free women and children. So that template also of the men always rescuing the women and children first comes up. Union or Hermit and union of Hermit and Page of Cups. So the one who's been isolating and the one who may be emotionally immature but sweet and innocent, okay? Both of them very fragile, but coming together. And then Seal of Divine Feminine, High Priestess, also, and King of Pentacles, Magician, also seen as coming together. Divine Feminine's Heart, or the E-Tower. And then I was looking up the E-Tower. I never looked it up before. I just called the E-Tower. That's the card I see as the Divine Feminine's Heart, and it looks like it has an E on the top. And so, of course, I identify with that since my name is Evelyn. So I looked up E-Tower online to see what came up, and the first thing I saw was not E-Tower, but GE Tower, which were apartments in Atlanta, which I kind of looked up for my daughter, because her lease will end eventually, so I wanted to send that to her. But also the E-Tower, which is a 37-story skyscraper in Brazil, São Paulo, inspired by the West End Tower in Frankfurt, which is funny because I stayed at the West End Hotel when I was in France. The world record for concrete resistance in this E-Tower, projected to the resistance concrete FCK, and you can take that the way you can. The coding was FCK equals 80, capital M, capital P, lowercase a. Okay? So it was like FCK, and then 80, which came up a lot yesterday, but 80 is always significant. Well, for me, because it's my destiny number, but it's also the 8 of infinity and the 0 of the human embodiment of source. All right, and then maybe the M you have M and then PA. It's like Ma and Pa of 80, right? So this calculation for this building was important because it allowed them to have less structure of concrete underneath, so they'd have more room for parking, more parking spaces, allowing more people to visit or come into your space. That was built in 2005, if that's significant for someone, and there were 17 elevators or lifts, lifting others up. 17, the star shining your light. The coordinates for the building were, I just like the numbers. They were 23, 35, 37, which is the King of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, and the 37 of the King of Cups, south. And then it was 46, 41, 23, west. 46 is the Six of Cups, the Children in the Garden. 41 is the Ace of Cups, and again, 23 is the King of Wands. So the E-Tower also came up as a cloud-based cross-border e-commerce logistics collaboration platform, which was a whole mouthful to say. And then the E-Tower came up as Carnegie Mellon University, which is in Pittsburgh, PA. It's one of the dorms. And I was getting connects during this read, but 1258 was another connect. 58 is that that was a sexual energy connect actually at 58, and that's the 4 of Swords. But I was just noting the time too when I was writing down the 37-story skyscraper in Brazil. A car raced south, which would be south to Brazil, at 12:54, which was getting out the message, because the 54 is the Page of Swords. Okay? So the Divine Feminine Heart in Reaping Rewards, healthy offer, and this is the Divine Feminine Heart and the King of Wands Shaman, the last 2 cards of the read. So this is the one I always see as the Feminine's Heart, the E-Tower. Okay? And she's letting people in now. Okay? See? But reaping rewards, a healthy offer, perhaps from a Knight of Pentacles, a friend, or it could be the masculine. The King of Pentacles, intuitive world, with new love, Hermit and or Virgo. Queen of Swords family, standing up to others, fending off others who don't have their faith, okay? And it was weird because it brought up Bryn Athyn's Cathedral. Is a beautiful cathedral not far from me. It's where the Pitcairns are, and that tower and that card reminds me of that, because there's really beautiful buildings. The homes they built on that property are just unbelievable, and there's like a bell tower, and there was rumors that someone had jumped from the bell tower a long time ago, so now we have Quasimodo and all that stuff in France coming up again. So now France has come up twice. And actually Bryn Athyn's was Swedenborgian church, the New Jerusalem. But it was also bringing up, you know, the castles and the borders, rumors of people jumping to their deaths. So that was a wound that came up of people having moats around their castles and having guards at high places so that they could kill people by pushing them off buildings or pushing them into the moat, or killing them by having this easily separating themselves so they couldn't get in and steal their family fortune. Okay, so that's a wound that needs to come up. And 1919 came up because that's when Bernathen's Cathedral was built, and the homes on the property from 1892 to 1938. Oh, Bernathen's Cathedral, which I didn't know this before. And I turned the page at 105, and 5 is the Hierophant, so we're talking about a church, and 1 is the Magician. And here's the magic behind this Hierophant, or this church. This church was built with no right angles or straight lines at all. And then I came across a site, I don't know why I was guided into it, but it was a list of unsolved deaths, which I'm not really interested in that kind of thing. But I was guided into it because I was looking to see, because I'd heard that rumor about someone jumping from the bell tower at Bernathen, but I don't know if it was true or not. So I was looking up to see if I found anything, which I didn't. Which, you know, could, even if it did happen, it may be hidden by the family because they obviously don't want that to destroy their reputation. But when I looked it up, I was getting 2 things I wrote down, which September 16th, 1922, Edward Hall and Eleanor Mills of New Brunswick, New Jersey, were found dead in Franklin, New Jersey, which is funny because that's where the housewives of New Jersey are based. He was an Episcopal priest having an affair, and his wife and brothers were brought in but acquitted of the deaths, so they never found out who actually killed them. And then I got another sexual connection at 113, and 13 again is the end, the transformation, the transition, the portal of the Magician. Left-wing Zionist leader Haim Arlosoroff, shot June 16, 1933, walking on the beach with his wife in Tel Aviv, Israel, which is Israel now, and they don't know who killed him. And that came up for me, Zionist, because my father's father was very big in the Zionist movement, and he actually was one of the people who helped to make Israel a state. So that was coming up for me, but that was also unsolved. They don't know who killed him. It might have been a rival faction, Soviets and or Nazis, they don't know. And I was wondering if my grandfather actually knew him, and I never remember history or names, so I would have to ask my sister because she remembers all that stuff. But wealthy family lineage of people jumping to their deaths, so suicides, but also having the moat to protect your family and your wealth. The King of Wands shaman lover of King of Pentacles, divine feminine, or Knight of Pentacles, divine feminine, so offering something healthy. And then I was getting Chichen Itza, because I've been to there before, and there was no railing around the top of Chichen Itza, so you could just push somebody off. Divine, so that Chichen Itza may be coming up for transmutation as well. Divine masculine with lineage of drawbridges and castles to protect the wealth of the family, killing those who come near, using lions to protect, i.e. lion, Leo, karmic, to protect the family money. That is a template that needs to be released. No fools. So the masculine's families traditionally would never bring fools into the family, which they may deem the divine feminine as a fool for love. They don't bring in fools, only attack dogs. Family wars like the Colosseum and the Titans and the War of the Roses, these are all wounds that need to be released. South Africa and India versus England and the Queen out of Africa was coming up, as well as Slumdog Millionaire. Queen of England getting negative attention as the Emperor reversed, wanting to come back into the fold or the family. Someone paid off to do the lion's share of the speaking. Prison of performing, so which is the royal family, it's a prison of having to perform your whole life, right? So the King of Wands lover, purging to pay off debts, to start over in a new life, the masculine. So King of Wands shaman is on the divine feminine's heart, so it could be the divine masculine with the divine feminine's heart, or it could represent the divine feminine in her shaman. But the King of Wands lover purging to pay off debts, so it's leading me to the masculine, but it can be the feminine as well, to start a new life. Impatient Sagittarius reversed, Leo upright, Cancer upright twice, 2 Cancers, Libra reversed, and Queen of Pentacles reversed on a sidebar. These are just sidebar clarifiers. Impatience exposed in a bold move at night, or impatience to be happy in a bold move at night. Full moon, or comes to light, the injustice of the Queen of Pentacles reversed, or just the injustice can also be a Libra reversed and Queen of Pentacles reversed. So that can actually be her, or it could be a separate masculine Libra with the Queen of Pentacles reversed. The Page of Pentacles taking steps to happy family, and Page of Pentacles can be the student or just an opportunist as well, all in your perspective. Taking steps to happy family, presently at work, balancing or in equitable distribution or paying debts or bills. The Hermit and the King of Cups getting attention for expressing feelings of abundance. The Empress, the E-Tower, Divine Feminine, King of Wands, Shaman. Okay, so there's different combinations here. The Hermit and the King of Cups getting attention for expressing feelings of abundance, or expressing feelings about an Empress, which could be the Divine Feminine, which could also be the King of Wands, Shaman. Okay, expressing feelings about himself and or the Divine Feminine. Sons of wealthy mother in distribution of an inheritance, business, marriage, or religious affiliation. There may be separation they need to pay out, or maybe the end of a contract needs to be paid out. So the Page of Pentacles, or student, taking steps, seeing synchronicities to pay off debts, and they can be monetary or other kinds of debts. Family with Hermit and Empress, challenged by King of Cups, presently getting attention for success, flame, love, Divine Feminine, and or leadership abilities, new home, building, or business structure, or home of the mother, or mother load, business, or business. There could be a hot exchange here, or a heated argument, or expressing feelings. Could be loving feelings as well at work. With Divine Feminine, I'm trying to read what I wrote there. Divine Feminine, King of Wands, Shaman, or the Divine Feminine's heart, which can be in the King of Wands, Shaman, or the masculine, lovers. Okay, but there's definitely lovers coming up on the King of Wands, Shaman. Okay, between the King of Wands, Shaman, the Divine Feminine's heart, and the Knight of Pentacles, the lovers, was connected to all of them. Okay, so the masculine may be settling out to pay others or to offer a new life. And also is getting that the Chariot stands between, like the Chariot may be a buffer, like we said before. Often these parallels come up in multiple ways. The Chariot stands between them, the impatient Sun and the cool Moon, or the impatient Leo, Ego, or Sag, and the cool Cancer. Libra reversed and Queen of Pentacles reversed off to the side could be representing a sidebar. Also, especially if they're in court, it could be like a sidebar to their proceedings. Also, Sagittarius and Libra may be unhappy, and Leo and Cancer happy in a situation, so they may be the ones who got their way at the end. The Leo and the Cancer, not the Sag Libra. Alright, so as I turn the page, that was the end of the read. I summarized it. Okay, so that was the end of the read, and I'm going to do oracles today as well, but I want to pull from my new deck, the Good Tarot. I just picked it up when I was down at the beach. It was on the boardwalk. I got one for yoga too, but I ended up giving that to my sister on the way home because she does yoga a lot. So I don't know how that one is, but it had all the different yoga positions, so it would look kind of cool. That's why I was interested. But then I ended up seeing my sister and figured
it might be a good way to help her, get into more of this kind of understanding. So I just want to pull one final card for you from this new deck to see what it says. From the Good Tarot, or the Good Witch, right? Just one more shuffle. The only thing with this deck, the cards bend pretty easily, so. Alright. So, for everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned on this May. We're still in May. May 25th, 2019. Best and highest good for all those concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? So, Spirit, what is the energy for us today? Take a deep breath, guys. Let's see, what is our guidance here? What is our guidance? Our guidance is patience. Oh, this wants to come out, sticking out. It is upside down, but it is the Seven of Earths. So the Seven of Pentacles reversed, which is the Divine Feminine's heart, which I just told you. So it's all about your heart and letting go. Because this wants to come out too as well. The Seven of Pentacles reversed for me is about making a plan, letting go to implement, right? Because you're reaping rewards with Seven of Pentacles. So when you're now ready to, you're bored, you want to spend your money or expand your business, you go on further. So that's kind of the energy of that Seven of Earth reversed. Well, I just crushed my toe. It's like taking a minute to come back. It's time to go forward, make a plan, or just go out and have fun, spend some money. But we also have the call, which is like the judgment call, but that's also reversed. So remember that when it's reversed, that's deliberation. It's being stuck the Y in the road. So when you're choosing a path of how you want to go forward, don't get stuck at the Y in the road. It doesn't matter which choice you make, just make a choice and go out and have fun. Okay, so these are the two cards that came up. The call and the Seven of Earth. They're really pretty cards. I'll show them to you upright. Okay, so really beautiful. Let's see what energy I get, if anything, from. There's a lot of feather energy in here in both these two cards, and they're not throughout the deck. But we have the 20 and the 7, which 27 came up in the beginning of the read, and 7 too. So that's reiterating 7 and 2, as well as the 20. They're both feminines, all about feathers being light and airy, etheric. Actually, this is a man. It's a man who looks very feminine, very beautiful man. So it's about integrating your masculine and feminine, okay? That it's okay for men to be airy and have feathers as well. Or long hair. Or wear beads in their hair. But it's just saying, it's paralleling, to allow the masculine to come more into the feminine. To be light and airy and beautiful. And adorn themselves if they want. Alright. I'm going to get going because this is already long already. We're 10344 it just was. And 7 of Waters at the bottom of the deck, okay? So that's about your synchronicities. Follow your guidance. Make sure you drink your water. This is the basic read. And then the main read, open up 2 there. That was the Titans. Full read here. And the suns, the autocumulus clouds have been out. They're so beautiful. It's really cool. So check them out if you haven't. Drink your water, get your rest. Make sure you're good to yourselves. If you need to purge. Get it out and come back to 0 point again. And just be good to yourselves, guys. Rise and be love, okay? Bye. Sorry, I didn't show you this card.